Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I would really appreciate it and I promise to update daily. If you love this vintage watch, you can see it and you can purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. And today we are discussing a timepiece that I would describe as a time capsule find. This is the 1966 Girard-Perregaux reference 8867W diver, also known as the Deep Diver 200 meters. Now, 1,000 pieces of this 8867W were made. There were another 400 pieces of the first generation watch known as the V for 1,400 total. So this is a rare watch. It's uncommon for such a scarce piece to survive, less still for it to survive in this condition. Let's talk about the fit. 39 millimeters in stainless steel. The watch wears contemporary on the wrist. It's 48 millimeters lug-to-lug, which gives it a good full wrist presence. It does not appear petite like many vintage timepieces can. The watch is not terribly thick. You can see much of the height is that box section plexiglass, so 13 millimeters thick, and you can see if you want to accessorize it's a 19 millimeter lug spacing, which is par for the course on an older watch. Jumping straight in, you can see that the strap itself is chosen for elegance, as most dive watches retire to permanent surface duty at this age. It's a large rectangular scale, medium brown, alligator leather on top with a monotone stitch. You can see it has a sheer side that shows you the layers of construction. It is made of calfskin on the bottom. You can see this is a high quality aftermarket strap. However, it is paired with a matching stainless steel, current day Girard-Perregaux pin buckle. So a handsome piece, nicely arrayed on a high quality strap, but it's the lines of the case and it's the condition of the case that really stand out here. We're going to get close, give ourselves a bit more light. Now you can see the bevels of the lugs. They are remarkably full and intact. If you've seen Rolex 5513s and 1680s from this period that are just sanded down to toothpicks, then you can appreciate just how remarkable a survivor this watch is. The bevels are perfectly defined. The squared off ends of the lugs are perfectly defined. You can see it hasn't been sanded down or finished unduly. This is effectively the watch as it left Girard-Perregaux's factory back in the mid-60s, and you can see every side is symmetrically awesome. There's really no weak angle or weak lug. Jumping over to the crown, you can see it's the correct period GP piece. It is a remarkable bi-directional bezel with completely intact and razor-sharp knurling that caps this case, and you can see that the watch is only 39 millimeters wide at the edge of the bezel, so the case itself is more like a 37. Now the bezel moves completely unimpeded. You can even feel that the original detent is quite crisp, and that's something I can almost never say of a vintage diver. There is a thermoplastic that acts as an insert over the base of the bezel itself, and the insert, as with the bezel itself, in outstanding condition. The definition of every mark on this watch as it left the factory remains just as crisp today as it was in 1966. Jumping onto the dial, you can see it's a matte black and it is immaculate. Right down to the printing of the Arabic numerals, the tri-Arabics on the indices of 12, 9, and 6. All of the individual marks are present, full, and evenly patinaed. The only part of this dial that is not original to the watch is the set of hands. They are correct to the reference 8867, but they are 8867V hands rather than the larger baton style hands that would have been fitted to this 8867W. You can see there's a nice stepped aperture for the date, which is a refinement that breaks up the sheer cut of the dial that you'll find on many period divers. That's an unexpected aesthetic refinement, but it speaks to the level of attention to detail that went into the design of this watch. Of course, a vintage watch like this, no crown guards. This is old school diver, and you can see that everything is in excellent condition. Now, if you wonder how I know this is a W rather than a V, turn it all over. You can see there is a deep diver crest with a wave and trident. You don't get that on the V version. That has a buff case back that's just satin metal. Here you have that distinctive deep diver, we may as well call it insignia or logo, which leads to the terminology W for this watch, sometimes known as the Mark II. Underneath the screw-down caseback is an A-Shield 1738, doing business as the Girard-Perregaux modified caliber 3219 gyromatic, 25 joules automatic winding, 21.6 beat rate, 200 meters water resistant as originally built, but don't press your luck. You've got that 38 to 40 hour power reserve, and the watch is in outstanding mechanical condition to match its exterior and dial interior aesthetics. This is a hardcore 60s dive watch enthusiast piece that you can pick up for fractions of what you would pay for contemporary Vulcain Cricket or Longines, Jaeger-LeCoultre Polaris, or Rolex dive watches. This is quite simply gorgeous. Put away your Seamasters, put away your Submariners. Girard-Perregaux comes to the fore with a remarkable and rare gyromatic-powered 8867W 1966 1000 pieces stainless steel. See it on the watch box.